Hi, I'm Jessica Amir from the Finance News Network. Joining me from BlackWall is CEO Stuart Brown. Stuart, welcome to the Finance News Network.
Good to be here.
So we've never had the opportunity to sit down before, so can you give us an introduction to BlackWall?
Well, BlackWall's a real estate business. We have three operating areas, funds management and real estate management, WOTSO Workspace, which is relatively new to the business, and then we've got an investment portfolio of $30 million on the balance sheet. What underlines all of those three activities is rent collection from income-producing real estate. Rather than having our tenancy risk concentrated into large corporate tenants, we like to service the small to medium enterprise market. And that's right across the traditional funds management and real estate activities through to what we're doing with WOTSO in collaborative workspace and flexible workspace. A good example of that is the Piedmont project, which is, people might know it as the old Fox Sports studios. We took that over about 3 years ago. It was half empty with Fox Sports moving out, and we've cut it up into smaller tenancies, and it houses about 2,500 square metres of WOTSO. So where you had one tenant, we now have up to 200 or 300 tenants.
And Stuart, you've announced that you're going to sell the Bakehouse Quarter property, that iconic property in Strathfield. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the Bakehouse transaction really sort of came out of the blue. We had the property on the market some 18 months ago, but had resolved to hold on to it and develop it ourselves. We were in fact in advanced discussions with the group to come in as a joint venture partner in relation to the residential aspects of the property. The property itself we've developed for the last 20 years into 40,000 square metres of commercial office, retail and social amenity. The next step or the next evolution of that piece of real estate is the residential aspects. BlackWall itself is not a residential developer, so we're, as I said, in advanced discussions with an overseas residential development partner. But then the local group pitched a price which we found acceptable, and we've concluded that transaction in the lead up to 30th of June. What that means for the investors in that syndicate, who have been there since 1997, is that once it completes late next year, they'll have earned a 15% IRR over a 20-year period. In addition, that will put about $240 million worth of investment capital into the hands of investors that have been with us for a long time. So obviously, we're structuring new products to redeploy that capital.
And as you've said, there's a lot of demand for collaborative workspaces, but can you explain for those new to the term what it actually means?
Yeah, it's become a sort of proxy for broad brush short-term real estate, and it encompasses a lot of things. What WOTSO is doing is providing commercial real estate for small to medium enterprises on short-term contracts, but for long periods. So we have tenants that have been with us for a number of years. It's about well-placed, good quality office space for small to medium enterprise. Interestingly, we're also getting some traction from the corporate market. Over the last 20 years, activity-based workspace has taken over the corporate market in a drive for more efficiency. That means that short-term projects, off-site meetings need to be housed somewhere, because often they can't in the corporate's headquarters. So we have a lot of the banks, we have a lot of large corporates hosting events or running special projects in our short-term space. What people that come to WOTSO are really after is that interaction that they don't get working from home. So we have really good breakout areas, we have pleasant design and efficient use of space, ping pong, etc. does feature heavily, but it's more about that interaction between small to medium enterprise within our space.
So can you tell us about your locations? Where are the properties around Australia, perhaps, if you will? And what does a WOTSO site need to have to be successful?
So our network's growing, and we're doing deals to grow the footprint. We're predominantly on the eastern seaboard at the moment, although we're looking at some space in Perth at the moment. As I've said, we want to put workspace where people want to live. We're responding to traffic congestion. We're responding to really the opportunities that technology afford us today, in that people don't need as much space as they did before. So our work life is in our computers. So if our computers are portable, we can work anywhere. So what drives a good workspace is its location. Just like a neighbourhood shopping centre, people go to the one that's most convenient. Workspace, we feel, when people make a decision to go to a workspace, they're making a real estate decision. They're going to the one that is most convenient for them. So good transport hubs, good parking, high visibility is what really the hallmark of WOTSOs are. I mean, anybody that's driven over the Anzac Bridge has seen the WOTSO at Pyrmont. And again, because of its location, people that use that facility are using it because of where it is. We attract them because of location, but we retain them through services and fit out.
And what's your strategy for growing WOTSO's offer?
Well, the interplay between WOTSO and BlackWall's traditional real estate business has given us a lot of advantages in that we can do straight leasing deals, as most of the market does. We can acquire buildings to house WOTSOs. But in addition, it's quite a disaggregated market, so we can see potential for acquisitions at the corporate level down the track as well.
Just if we can finish on a more general question now, where do you find value in the property market?
Yeah, it's difficult. The market's pretty hot at the moment. To an extent, BlackWall's a market agnostic because we're deep value players. So we're more looking for turnaround positions like our Pyrmont property, which was half empty when we took it over 3 years ago and now full, or untenanted buildings like our Adelaide facility, which we just syndicated off the balance sheet. So again, that was an empty building. We bought it well and we've worked up the WOTSO product in there. So notwithstanding markets are hot, if you're a deep value player, there are opportunities out there.
Well, Stuart Brown, thank you so much for the introduction.
Thanks very much, Jessica.